Otto Addo has officially been let go as the head coach of the Black Stars by the GFA following yet another loss to Germany in a pre-World Cup friendly. It has been back-to-back losses for the coach since Ghana qualified for the World Cup, and he has finally been given the sack less than 3 months out from the World Cup. Was this the right decision by the GFA, and potentially who should we get in his place to lead the Ghana national team to the Mundial this summer? Let's talk about it. So Otto Addo has officially been let go as the Black Stars coach following yet another disastrous defeat to the German national team. Honestly, an impressive performance considering just exactly what happened on Friday in the other pre-World Cup friendly we played against Austria. It was a harrowing 5-1 defeat. This time around, we managed to keep things tight. It was 2-1, although the scoreline did not necessarily reflect the way the game went, especially in the first 15 minutes. A lot has been made of Otto Addo and his coaching abilities. Remember, this coach failed to get the Black Stars to the African Cup of Nations. He salvaged his reputation somewhat by leading the team to the World Cup, his second time doing so. And many thought that he had earned the right to then lead the team to the tournaments. But it seemed like following the large public discourse, even before he qualified the team to the tournament, I remember there was a whole lot of conversation around whether or not Otto Addo was the man to lead the Black Stars on. It seemed like he was given something of a stay of execution with these two matches. Good performances or you would have to be let go. And I think the Austria game in particular was extremely damaging. Losing by that scoreline certainly gave the Ghana Football Association no choice. And then by that point, it seemed like an open secret that Otto Addo would be let go. Whether or not it is prudent, I guess time will tell, honestly. Personally, I am of the opinion that, I'm of two minds. I think there were some reasons why he had to be let go, honestly. I think he was struggling to get the best out of the team. I think a lot of managers, even before him, have struggled to get the best out of this team. But he was brought in to do that job, and that job was to get the best out of the team. I think up until now, Seth, he's not able to tell us what his best starting 11 is. For a coach who's been on the job for over 2 years, I think that is extremely damaging. I think some of his comments in the media too have been absolutely atrocious. Not being able to necessarily explain his style of play, coming out with comments like, he eats with fufu with his hand. He eats fufu with his hand. He eats rice with a fork. He eats a soup with a spoon, like crazy stuff like that. And so it was always going to be hard to justify keeping him on. I think the GFA did the absolute best to ensure that he remained in a job. I think he was their guy. Sometimes football politics plays in, and I think he was their guy. I think based off of what he did for that administration, qualifying Ghana to the 2022 FIFA World Cup, I think they held him in very high regard. And I think doing it again this time around also put him in such a fantastic position in their eyes. But of course, you've heard the likes of Kofi Adams come out and say that he doesn't think Otto Addo is the right man to lead the team forward. I think it was going to be hard, always going to be hard for the GFA. And me personally, I didn't read too much into the friendly games, the losses in the friendly games. Honestly, I think we've seen sometimes Ghana do really badly in friendly games, but then when it counts, when it matters, we've come up trumps. I remember the 2010 World Cup, we lost 4-0 to Netherlands in the pre-World Cup friendly, just the game before we went to the World Cup, or a game or two before we went to actually play the World Cup. And that was our best performance in the World Cup. So I think most coaches see friendlies as, ways to experiment. I think maybe Otto Addo in his mind, he may not have been aware of the pressure that was on his shoulders in these games. And he may have fielded teams that were not necessarily like his strongest 11 or tried out tactics, especially in the Austria game. I think if Otto Addo knew that his job was on the line, he may not have started the players that he started in that game. The likes of Atizigi, maybe Kalebi and Tree would not have played right back, for example, So I think it's just a bit unfortunate. I think, personally, and I know it's not a very popular opinion, but I think he should have been given the time to at least just take the team to the World Cup. He has qualified them. Quarter encore. If we go out in the group stage, I said that one day we've gone out before. But looking forward, it's done, right? So looking forward, I think it's not the worst thing in the world, honestly. I've seen a lot of teams do extremely well following, departures of managers, especially close to tournaments. The most recent example for me is even during the tournament 2024 AFCON, what Ivory Coast managed to do, changing their manager mid-tournament. We've seen Morocco as well, who had a very fantastic 2022 World Cup campaign. Walid Regragui was brought in 3 months to the tournament and went on to have a fantastic World Cup, taking Morocco to the semi-final as the first African side ever to make it that far in the tournament. So I think there are lots of positives to draw from something like this, especially if it ends up turning out well. It depends, honestly, on who should be brought in to fill the role. And a lot of names have been bandied about ever since the announcements somewhere around 1 a.m. After the game. The likes of Kwesi Appiah is very high on people's lists. He's done fantastic with Sudan. He's highly regarded in Sudan. He's played against the Black Stars with his Sudan team, beating us. He knows, again, what it takes to be a Black Stars manager. He's played at the World Cup before. So I think he is the man that I think a lot of Ghanaians would have in, to at least steady the ship in this tournament. But on the other foot, contrasting, he failed to qualify us to the only World Cup we failed to qualify for in the last, 20 years, and that was 2018. He was the man in charge. And then you look at his performance at the World Cup. It was the first time Ghana had gone out of the group stage at the time. And we also the controversy that happened during that period. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. And also he has built a fantastic project at Sudan. I think he's held in fantastic esteem, zero political brouhaha and stuff like that. So I think it may be a tough sell as well to convince him to take on the role of Black Stars manager. Of course, Hervé Renard is the guy. Hervé Renard, the guy. Charlie, freshman. I love freshman, Charlie. But he's Charlie, Saudi Arabian manager, Saudi Arabian head coach. He's been there. I remember he was a head coach for Saudi Arabia in the last World Cup, 2022. So he's been there for a while. I think he's well paid. I think he enjoys the job. But results haven't necessarily been going his way recently. So yeah, we'll see. I don't think it's going to be very easy to convince him to jump ship so soon to the World Cup, especially considering that Saudi Arabia is also playing in the World Cup. Because, for example, Kwesi Appiah, you can dangle that bit of managing his national team at a World Cup. But as for Hervé Renard, Charlie, he's going to a World Cup. He doesn't need the job. Tom Semfi as well, the Mali coach, who has openly flirted. He has essentially been twerking for the Ghana national team. If you gave it to him right now, he will chew your hand off. Give him 100 cedi cry a month, he will chew your hand off. He's in love with the Ghana national team. I don't know why. Again, I don't know what he's done to deserve it, honestly. Mali had a mixed AFCON. I think they made it to the round of 16, but they didn't go too far. Ghana, Otto Addo faced him in the World Cup qualifiers, beat him. So I'm not sure he's like the man to actually, take on the role. Honestly, if you were to ask me what was the most likely appointment, again, I know people are mentioning the likes of Enzo Maresca, Ruben Amorim, Jose Mourinho. All of those ones are just like pipe dreams, honestly. There's no way any of these managers are going to take on this job. I mean, first of all, the money they could take and the preparation they would need and all of that nonsense might be a tough ask. Genuinely, I think, especially going off of the fact that the GFA had this course of action in mind, it's like sacking Otto Addo, that was a potential. And looking at the number of technical people they brought in to, at the time, supplement Coach Otto Addo, I think a lot of it was to have a look at them in the role as in a technical capacity to see who was best suited or who would be a best fit for the role. And of course, the likes of the Black Queens manager, I think he's Kim Las something. Let me get his name. But he was appointed as an assistant coach. And yeah, I mean, he's done very well with the women's national team. Kim Las Bjorken or Bjorkegren, sorry. But yeah, he has done very well with the Black Queens. But again, a third place finish. I mean, he's held in high esteem. I think within that within the, you know, the hierarchy, the leadership. So maybe he could be an outside shout. I think he's one of the people that are well positioned, especially with the time frame and with the level of, you know, players that are going to be in the side. I think he's one that will be given a very, very hard look. I also think the technical advisor, I've forgotten his name, but he's an old man, Black Stars technical advisor. Let me check his name. But he also, I think he's called Winfred Schaefer. Yeah, Winfred Schaefer. He's had a decent career. I mean, I know he won the AFCON with Cameroon in 2003, but that was a lifetime ago. And yeah, I mean, he's a storied person, and he's been in the role for a while now. And we've seen in the past with Chris Hughton, for example, when he was a technical advisor to Otto Addo, I think it was always like a tailor-made replacement that was slotted in. Because when they appointed all these people, there were lots of question marks about like what's like this guy, like what are these people there for? But I think maybe in hindsight they were there to essentially audition for the role. So either of the two, I think, are the most likely people to fill into that role. But guys, let me know your thoughts. First of all, do you agree with the sacking of Coach Otto Addo? Let me know. If I know most of you will say yes, but just still let me know in the comment section whether or not you are on board or you've been on board with this dismissal. Also, let me know who you would like to see in the hot seats to take Ghana to the World Cup. Who is the most likely to do it, and who you would pick in an ideal world to take Ghana to the World Cup this June. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel Oyibo Sports, and hitting the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our new uploads when they go out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And as always, we go see you for streets.